up, grab your cereal bowl, pour some milk, let the cartoons roll. Every week it's a brand new show on Resolute Germs channel. Let's go! From zany laughs to heroic feats, villains, toasters, and robot beats. It's the weekend vibe, you know the deal. Cartoon dreams that feel so real. It's Saturday morning, the fun begins on Resolute Germs, where nostalgia wins. Every week it's a different surprise, adventure and laughter before your eyes. Old school classics and fresh new finds, characters that'll blow your mind. Heroes, monsters, the goofy, the bold, timeless stories never grow old. Super spy spaceships in flight, wacky antics till the noonday light. No repeats, it's always brand new. Saturdays for cartoons, and we're here with you. It's Saturday morning, the fun begins on Resolute Germs, where nostalgia wins. Every week it's a different surprise, adventure and laughter before your eyes. Gather friends or chill solo, the chat's alive with that cartoon glow. Every frame's a portal in time, let's relive the magic with the rhythm and rhyme. So tune in, don't hit snooze. Resolute Germs got the shows to choose. Saturday mornings, the cartoons call. Join the party, we're having a ball. And Resolute Germs.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Saturday Morning Cartoons. With me is Gorilla. How you doing, Gorilla? Can you hear me, Gorilla? Hey, Gorilla, can you hear me? Well, while Gorilla deals with his audio issues, we have a good cartoon for you today. I believe it actually started in 1989, but mainly known for the early 90s. The classic Camp Candy, inspired by the legend John Candy. So let's get this started. Nope.
Hello
Hey,
there. Hello, ladies. How are you this morning?
Wait, are we live?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think we are.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Germ,
out
we
there.
can't.
I
Hey,
hear
Gorilla, we're live. We can hear you, but I
Oh.
guess you can't hear us.
Oh,
I hear you, and I hear Germ.
I had StreamYard muted.
Isn't that great though? When you find out it's only that simple. It's like in the world of streaming, it's like, oh, it's just a really quick, simple fix. It's like, oh, what did I do? Did I freeze again? Did StreamYard freeze the computer?
No, I knew it wasn't frozen, but as soon as I started hearing and I got the thing playing on two different devices right now, so I was doing some other stuff. As soon as I heard it going, I was like, wait, maybe Germ's still muted. I was gonna come over here and tell you muted, but then realized Teague was here, he was talking, and then I was like, oh, it's me.
So we have to ask you. Germ and I were hanging out last night, and we had a conversation. Your thumbnail, is that the face reveal, or is that just clip art?
No, that's AI.
I thought so.
I was just having fun with that.
No, well played. Good stream, too.
No, he doesn't have a camera, so.
I did watch most of the stream looking for it. Then I skimmed the rest. I was like, no face reveal.
So what the hell is this show even about?
John Candy runs a summer camp.
Oh. A little
It's
blurry.
It's not very good.
It's very blurry though.
Yeah,
It doesn't. It helps.
Never got
It's
a
probably-
proper home release, so this is ripped off of someone's VHS recording.
Okay.
I would call this for the best. We're not missing great art.
No, it is never meant to be high art.
It's a little below basic. Oh wow, this is like watching it through a fish tank, though.
Let's see what I can do about it.
If it's someone recorded it off the TV, then yeah, it's gonna be very blurry.
Well, while Germ's fixing that, I'm just going to say I was punching the wall in anger after watching tonight's episode of Enterprise. That's going to be a fun review. I think I found the single stupidest, single worst episode of the original continuity ever made. This was Voyager bad.
Yeah, this is as good as it's going to get.
It's not too bad.
That Bigfoot looks suspiciously like John Candy.
John Candy was kind of a Bigfoot. There it is.
Just okay. Oh, it's in the bedroom.
All Riri Williams does is yell at him and try to solve his problems.
I don't think a cartoon needs a laugh track.
That was a staple of 80s television, wasn't it?
Yeah, live action sitcoms. They rarely put it on cartoons.
On cartoons, you would get more funny symphonic music, like in Warner Brothers was the tradition. This animation has wacky racers energy.
A little bit. It is in the style of 80s Hanna-Barbera.
Who
It
made
is,
it?
and we've seen much worse, but it's worse than most Hanna-Barbera by a lot. It might be made by Nickelodeon.
Hard to believe this got 3 seasons.
Don't you think maybe they were all just created at once and sold as a lot and broken up by, just...
It might have been.
If we watch the very last episode last, we might see if there was any upward changes, like improvements or drop-offs. Yeah, that laugh track is really just weird for a cartoon, huh?
Yeah.
I think Catch That Pigeon might have had it, though. Like, the same chain of shows. Like, I think this comes out of, like, Wacky Racers, Catch That Pigeon, and then, like, their next project is apparently this.
This was made by Deacon Saban.
Can you give me some of his resume?
Deacon Saban. They made pretty much Deke did a lot of stuff for Nickelodeon in the early 90s, and Saban is most well known for Power Rangers.
I'm going to guess so these guys probably ran away from a place like Hanna-Barbera. They could get it done for a lot less, but they could get it done. It looked like what it was, but it was better than what they were paying for as far as it looks. I'm going to guess that this is actually, the price of this is like probably 1/3 worse than it looks. Should children really call a 46-year-old man by his first name?
Why do they always have him look under the animals in the cartoons?
Good question.
Well, that's where kids would think to look.
Well, that is right out of Dr. Seuss. They kind of failed to pay off that joke with an explanation. We see what happens, but they don't, drive it home.
Yeah, that's a lot of. It follows John Candy's humor just a little bit more juvenile.
John Candy had fairly mature humor, but I think that he was more physical comedy and really good wordplay than anything that provocative. Sometimes he was quote unquote naughty at worst, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Did he curse and say the F word, if appropriate? What's his best movie, Germ?
Probably Uncle Buck.
Might go with you on Uncle Buck, which has the Queen of the Power Rangers as the daughter, doesn't it?
Jeremy, I totally thought you were going to go with Caddyshack.
I wouldn't qualify
John
that
Candy?
as a John Candy movie. He's like, that's, I believe, Caddyshack 2, and he's not even the star.
I was going to say, Caddyshack.
Yeah, I always thought that was one of his bigger movies.
He has a few pretty big comedy movies.
Wasn't he in Tommy Boy, or was that a different fat? No, that was a different
That's
fat guy. Never mind.
Different fat guy. You're thinking of Chris Farley. Chris Farley, whose death announced to the world there's an internet now, and boy, are you going to hate it. The pictures of his remains minutes after he died were all over the place in hours.
Yeah. Did it freeze on you too, Germ?
Yeah, I'm frozen, Germ. Germ might be frozen too. Okay, Gorilla, let's get out our hat and cane and see if Germ is on his way back yet. I guess we won't know unless he either responds or drops out. Germ, I cannot hear you. Okay, so guys, Germ's computer suffered from what happens to a lot of us. StreamYards can just sort of revolt on you and lock you, the person doing the stream, into like this spiral where you don't know what's going on. You won't notice it until you see your circle isn't popping. Have you had the YouTube freeze ray hit you?
No.
It's happened to me a few times. It usually happens. There we go. Germ, have you reanimated yourself? There we go. I hear you. Were you hit by the YouTube freeze ray?
No, my Wi-Fi just dropped off.
That explains more. Okay, you
Well,
clearly have it back. We don't have any picture on the cartoon.
those Asians still
Well, we're
stealing the
frozen.
copper again.
There are no Asians. There is no copper. Germ, sir, have you been able to restart the animation, sir?
Let's see if that works.
Here we go, sir. We'll get you the new Qatari router soon. It's okay, ladies and gentlemen. It will wind its way to being on.
Is it not working yet?
On
That's
my end,
working.
I just hit a refresh. You got it?
Okay.
Okay, let me refresh again. My Cosme has been weird for a couple of weeks.
Now froze on me again. Do we lose Sherm again?
I don't know. Germ?
No stuff.
He sees my comment in the theater. So it's possible that his internet crashing may have had an effect on the rest of his computer. But I'm gonna keep my eye on X, and while we have this time together, let's talk to our audience about how entertaining we can be on the fly. Gorilla, we have two germs. As you can see, it's the metastasization of our friend here.
Oh no, he's multiplying.
You have to kick your other self. There we go. Now there should only be one of you. It's the second one, so I'm assuming you're still here.
Yeah, I can hear you. Just
Oh, he's
barely.
Your voice is normalizing. Are you on your phone? Is that it?
No, it's just
There you go. You're fine now.
Yeah, it connected to the wrong microphone.
Oh.
We've seen. Okay, so you really got thrown off the computer. Good.
Do you need me to present it?
Yeah, that might help.
All right,
You guys
give me
use
the
the
link.
same
If I can get you
room?
the link.
Let me close out my other stuff here.
I'm leaving your room. Should you kill your link and put in a new one?
Yeah, I'm gonna give Gorilla the link so he can present.
Okay.
I meant for the theater.
Because my new computer apparently fixed all my streaming problems. What episode were we on? 1?
Yeah, it's episode 1.
All right, so Cosme, select media, share screen, click shoot, all right. So how far were we in there? Like a couple minutes?
It's about halfway through.
So like here?
Yeah, I think so.
What theater
At
am I
least.
going to?
Oh, they don't have how's it looking like going?
It looks okay. And it still looks suspiciously like John Candy.
Same theater, guys?
Yeah, it's up and running. There is quite a little information on this TV show.
Like a lot of it, like
Almost nothing.
well,
All it said, it was syndicated, and John Candy starred, and they have a couple other actors on here. That's about all.
Jerem, I just looked it up. Do you know when John Candy died?
Sometime in 1994.
Isn't that crazy? Over 30 years ago, by a good deal.
Yeah. It's
31 years and 3 months, something like that.
yeah.
It's hard to believe he didn't live to see Pulp Fiction. You know what I mean? It's like, wow.
Yeah, all that stuff. You don't realize it watching his movies.
What, that he's been gone so long?
Yeah.
The comedy's so timeless. He was truly gifted at comedy.
Yeah. Unfortunately, most of those other Canadian guys couldn't follow suit.
And
You
also,
got him, you got
unfortunately, sorry, go ahead.
pretty much just him that came out of that really made a big career for himself. Phil Hartman died too soon.
3 years later than Candy, though.
And I disqualify Hartman because he is on SNL too much.
He might have been their longest running cast member until Keenan Kel.
Oh, that hurts.
you gotta love when angry bugs are going after them. They always rotate a circle. And they always like do like a group swat in the ass there.
They need to put it down. Smallfoot, I love it.
Well, they couldn't very well call him Littlefoot. That would have been that would have been a copyright violation.
Only in the same form of entertainment. Is there a cartoon called Littlefoot?
They're the star of the Land Before Time series.
Could go
The
either
long
way.
neck. Yeah.
It's two uncopyrightable words cobbled together. I love how there's greaser riffraff living on the campground.
Mm.
Yeah, he's a stereotypical goon. He's not too smart, but he's the best that that real estate developer can afford.
He wasn't known for voices, so I don't know if he's doing some more of the voices either.
I don't think a lot of them.
I'm with you on that. I'm not saying it was him, but this is the kind of job maybe a young Billy West would have had.
Oh my gosh, smart criminal for once.
Yeah, that's nice change of pace. Hey, you can't outmuscle a 5-year-old child. Oh, that ain't gonna end well. Yeah, John's going to get some attention he does not want. I guess John Candy got a new girlfriend. If he wants it or not.
There were so many names in the voice credits that I'm assuming they made one credit plate per season.
Probably.
There were like 35 names in there.
Yeah, it's sort of common in the 90s.
Which one? To have a big cast or to have only one, say, credit plate for the whole
To have,
season?
to have a big cast and have people play multiple roles.
So these people are all affiliated with the show, but we may not have seen all of them. There's like a third of them are in this.
Yeah. So whoever's the guest star in this one and the ones who did the Bigfoot, they get credit every episode.
All right, so that's the meta of the show. Oh, this is just a dream.
Yeah, it's camp stories from John Candy.
But you're Canadian.
That doesn't look like the Canadian flag either.
Well, the Canadian flag is not referred to as Old Glory. I don't know if it has a nickname.
Toilet paper.
Old Leafy? I mean, the cartoon is ongoing, but somehow we have lost Germ. Gorilla, do you have any clue what's going on here?
Yeah, he's getting waxed.
I meant to Germ.
Oh, did he crash out again? Oh, the Asians
Oh,
are
that's
probably
right. The
stealing
Cosme
his-
is now coming from you. That's why. Oh, here we go. Welcome back.
I
Yeah.
think the source of my problem.
Well, the
What's
Asians
that?
stealing the copper out of the wires.
My damn VPN was still turned on. I have that turned off. Hopefully this clears up.
I wonder what Rex the Forest's actions will consist of.
He must be his nephew or something. That's why he'll need to hire a dummy like that.
Nepo hire.
Yeah. Well, if you let him build a summer camp on it, it's not really your property anymore, is it?
It's got a little bit of the first Caddyshack built into it, right? The business has to go under so he can live his dream.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know this, but where Camp Candy used to stand, Germ? Mar-a-Lago.
Makes sense. Florida is well known for its vast forests and mountains.
Bigfoots.
Yeah.
Or is it Bigfoots or Big Feet?
I think it's Bigfoot, plural.
I feel like you're right.
Wait, I thought he had a life vest on. Isn't he supposed to float?
Yeah, you get an FBI file for doing that nowadays.
Yeah, it depends on which side's in office.
I'm with Gorilla on that one.
It's a hell of a sneeze. Turns out nothing. At least he has a nice nurse.
You ever notice that the guy repeated lines of this a lot?
Yeah, that's an editing mistake.
A lot of editing mistakes then.
That's not the actual show. That's when they put her onto VHS. They had to transfer it digitally in chunks. So instead of timing it out right, they just went over an extra second.
Oh.
I'll be right back.
You know what? I think it's possible they may have gone a bit too far in a few places. For the last couple of minutes, I've been experiencing like mild sensory overload. Anyone else? I guess it's just me. They really, the sound mixing on this is distractingly bad. Ladies and gentlemen, those are old-fashioned DVR or DVD VCR magnetic waves. Sorry. If you think this is tough, imagine trying to watch the Spice Channel like this with an illegal cable box.
It's nice they'd actually do stuff like this in kids' cartoons back then. They don't do that sort of stuff nowadays.
This episode beats the last one. The last one was so badly sound mixed with such overwhelming music and laugh tracks that I started to go into like some kind of sensory overload shutdown. It hurt my brain.
Yeah, the laugh track on the last one really messed with it.
Everything was off, right?
Yeah.
Like volume. It's like I'm not that discriminating, but I can tell when things are wrong. Have you ever heard the expression George Lucas uses where he says, if I make a mistake, you won't notice it, but your brain will? In that case,
Yeah.
like, you don't notice it, your brain does, but your brain is so reviled by it that it starts kicking, like, your consciousness. And, like, you know something's wrong, you can't put your finger on it. It takes a second, you're like, oh, it's the sound. I actually took my headphones off for a couple minutes during the last episode.
And that might have been the recording. This
It
is...
possibly was. I turned it down in the theater.
Yeah, it's a real poor recording.
Well, you know what it is? It's magnetic VCR sound.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it never actually got a DVD release that I was able to find.
It's unworthy. I would ask myself out loud if this show outlives Candy. You know what I mean? Is season 3 because he's in the news and it's huge that he's not alive anymore. So it's just like, you know, our tribute to John Candy will continue on Saturdays.
It's off. It's in syndication by the time John dies, because this was original run only through 92.
Okay. I'm glad he didn't leave his work unfinished, right?
Yeah.
Think the ape's asleep.
Oh.
You awake, gorilla?
Oh, yeah,
We have a
totally.
banana for you here, Harambe. Come on. Come on, Harambe.
You want a banana flavored coffee?
Fuck coffee.
How about a key of 80s cocaine? Would you like some of that?
Oh, most definitely. I still think they should bring cocaine back to the writing rooms.
Tom Connors agrees with you. He and I had that discussion.
Yeah. I
We
can
feel
see.
that the
I don't
cocaine
see how
hookers
this
are
show
good
got 3 seasons. It's kind of boring.
You know what it is? The star is so huge. And making it cost less than nothing. He got, like, putting this in context, there are 3 seasons. He made about $250,000, give or take. Which would be like $5 million now. When he got this $250,000, the best new car was $9,000. Am I right? You know, regular new
like
car. The best new Chevy. We're not talking Cadillacs or anything. There's always been high-end luxury cars. Donald Trump is married to Ivana at this point. He's just met this woman named Marla Maples. You can't say Candy mailed in his performance. I'll give it that.
Yeah. It may have been a filler paycheck, but he gave it his all. It may have actually been his idea for the show. He is
John
listed as
Candy was.
executive producer.
He has to be an executive producer so that he can overrule dialogue. So, like, it's your understanding using John Candy at all that he's always you know what I mean? Like, he's going to get,
Yeah.
whether he gets the credit or not, he's always an executive producer of some kind. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not as weird as last week, but am I allowed to call this one weird?
Yeah, it's definitely weird. Hey, Gorilla, I think this is the first episode again.
We've seen this one already, yeah.
Oh,
How many fingers
this
am I
is
holding up, girl?
episode 3.
Oh, wow.
Whatever it says, we have definitely seen this particular one. Skip
Okay,
a
so you
season.
only do 4?
Or maybe skip a season. Let's see if the show evolved. It's Germ's call. I'm just, medical officer.
Yeah, I can pick whatever episode.
Second star on the right, and straight on till
Well-
morning, Mr. Gorilla.
Well, where do I find the seasons at? Because all I see is next episode, next.
Yeah, I kind of would like to see what they look like a season from now, too. We might not have that option on this. I mean, we can see it, but we might not. We might have to just go 20 episodes or something crazy like that.
I don't think the show had 20 episodes.
Go 8. Go to episode 12.
Scrolling. Let's go with RoboCop or Camp.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good.
Oh, it's only 11 episodes. Or 11 minutes.
Wow.
I got an
may-
episode
them-
list in private chat for you, Gorilla.
There may only be 11 episodes here. Wow, the all-important theme song, extremely weak and terrible. In fact, like revolting.
There's only 11 episodes?
I
Nah, there's
guess
probably
so.
more. We have access to 11. I would bet there's probably 16 or some form of even number. That opening song was that was one of the worst I've
Yeah.
ever heard. What was he thinking?
It actually had 40 episodes.
That sounds more like it. It does look slightly better. Not great. The tale of the T-1000.
The T-1000 would really liven the place up. Not quite a catfish. He's head counselor. He's only counselor. He's the only employee, really.
It's true. We've seen no one else.
Yeah, just the nurse, and I think she's there for ulterior motives.
This cartoon has a low believability bar. I'm not going to beat up on it, but that's so clearly a 30-year-old woman's voice.
Yeah, they had something against child labor at the point.
Look, there have been people imitating children's voices for a long time. This was just a really bad job. Or
Oh, no,
intentionally
he's
wrong.
rapping. Yeah, the robot took over your camp. Yeah, Camp Candy became Area 51.
One of the voices in this is his son. And his daughter. So Chris and Jennifer Candy are both in this. Holy shit. All right, this is weird as could be. Germ, do you know whose voice is in 6 episodes of this? You're never going to believe this one.
Who's that?
Really, you're never going to believe this. Okay, get ready to be just confused. Bob Costas. And I was right.
That makes sense. They sampled his voice for a lot of cartoons in the 90s.
Did they? All right. Also, Andrea Martin is in this, as I thought. Eugene Levy is also in this. William Wyndham is in this. Commodore Decker is in this. That's crazy. George Coe is in this. At the end of the cast, there's a bunch of like notables from that period in time. Only way to put it.
Well, I guess it helps that John Candy had a lot of friends.
I think it was more like John Candy helped his friends out because these are comedians, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're not SNL comedians, and a lot of them, like, think about it. Eugene Levy's got 6 more years of waiting until American Pie happens to really make him financially secure, you know what I mean?
Yeah, give him a quick paycheck.
Eugene Levy is struggling at this point. As funny as he was, and he was a genius, or is a genius. Eugene Levy is a genius. There are just so many great episodes of SCTV with him. Andrea Martin as well. Genius.
Yeah, the robot's gone crazy. It's Judgment Day. Yeah, just like a robot, can't stand a little rain.
I think they cut it a little short.
Yeah. I think they cut it short by maybe just 5 seconds, though.
Damn, bro. Like, while we've been watching this, I've been IMDbing this show. A lot of notables, including Star Trek's Commodore Decker. And I'm looking at a photograph from Candy from the last movie he made. His stomach has a stomach.
Yeah, he got pretty heavy there at the end.
The only reason he got that heavy at the end was because he passed any sort of survivable weight. Someone should have been like, whoa. 400 looks to be far behind him at this point, doesn't it?
I have no idea.
He was
He-
really tall. So in 1990, he was. I'm assuming he stays 6'2", but in 1990 he was clocked at 300 even.
Wow.
I'm
No
assuming that it
wonder
was
the
a
guy was
passing
taking a lot of
moment.
voice work.
He needed the money for food. It's ironic, but I say this ironically. It looks like cocaine had nothing to do with his death.
So he has a foreign exchange student from the boys. I guess they couldn't call her Russian for some reason.
Well, because she's clearly so unhurried. You know why they didn't call her that, Germ? For the same reason we call them guardians.
Yeah.
Been a long time since I saw this VCR static.
Yeah. That's sort of unfortunate. It does clear up.
I'm beginning to suspect that this might not be badly recorded so much as it might be recorded right off a TV with a VCR camera of the time and then cropped with modern video editing software.
Yeah, that's pretty much a guarantee how they got it.
There's not even a watermark on this. They got every commercial break. I don't know where this came from.
This came from some guy's VHS collection when he used to record Saturday morning cartoons.
Somebody did a little bit of editing too.
Yeah, they were nice enough to clean it up from the original electrical tape.
And formatting, yeah.
Unfortunately, I think this is the only way this cartoon still exists.
I don't know what the inflation adjustment would be, but when he died, candy was worth 15 million. That's gonna start to look paltry because I think doesn't Jim Carrey start getting 15 million per movie?
I believe that was around the Grinch that he got 15 million.
He stays
That's a
there
good
for
6 years
while.
after.
Yeah, like I said, it's going to look paltry. It's not paltry.
Yeah, not in 1994.
Not even now.
Oh yeah, I'd love to have $15 million.
He owned a freaking football team. I mean, it was a CFL team, but it was a football team. It's weird. I'm looking at pictures of him from right before he died, and in the face, he's still so young looking by our standards now.
Yeah, he was only like 44, 45 when he died.
He doesn't look old in the face in the least. Not a wrinkle, nothing. He looks unkempt, but he's playing a cowboy.
Yeah.
$400 is well within reason on this picture, too. I can share it if you want.
Oh, no, I've seen him.
Okay.
It did not look good at the Wagons East.
He's got so much girth, he had to have had a 70-inch waist. There's no way his waist was only 2/3 of his height. We're talking he had to have like he's 74 inches tall. What do you think his waist was?
At least 60.
That's the number that came to mind, yeah. So like two normal people. 30s low, but they're people. They might be in high school. Like two high school students. Two full high school seniors.
Well, she did kind of cause the avalanche.
Yeah, you beat me to it. I was like, wait, what? I don't know if this is our least messed up copy of an episode or the art got a little better, but it looks a little less bad, doesn't it?
Yeah, a little bit better. Do tend to think it was the recording.
Just can't tell. You know, the recording is still that bad. It's better, but not good.
Yeah, the VHS tapes were kind of hit and miss.
Yeah, and like my opinion of how it was captured is, if anything, reinforced. Now, everybody remember, this was on TV at a time when TV was broadcast through the air. So, in a few hundred years, some alien society will have a belief system based off this show.
Yeah, John Candy will be a prophet to him.
I mean, they'll be lucky in some ways, but God help them. Could they have gotten a better John Candy movie?
I think that's
Okay.
enough of this, right, Jerm?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. That is enough.
Let me be
was
honest.
it?
I kind of stopped paying attention. I
Oh,
fell asleep.
thank God.
Yeah,
That was
that is not a great cartoon, but a good view on a great actor. He tried to
we.
expand his horizons, didn't quite work out.
Yeah, no, this was a value, but wow, that was the worst cartoon you've ever actually left on. Episode 2 was absolutely torturous with the weird sound mixing. Now, that might have also been an anomaly of how it got captured.
Yeah,
It
it
wasn't filmed
definitely
off a
was.
TV. The sound is too good. Sorry.
It's.
Yeah.
I used to do this a lot. It's. They probably had a camcorder that could record, so they plugged it directly into the TV.
Right. So it only had 2 heads, as they call it, rather than 4.
Yeah. Yeah, I
The
didn't know
magnetic
it was
heads
Vader's
read
Zim.
the
I'll
tape.
tell you that.
The older the technology, the less like available to the consumer the good stuff was. It was like the oldest VCRs that could record had, like, I believe, 1 head. 2 heads comes out a little later. The heads are the recording, the magnetic heads that could sense what was on the tape and read it. So before we switch over to like DVDs, the last iteration, Germ, tell me if I'm right here, 4-head VCR?
I think so.
And it's getting pretty clear at that point.
Yeah, this would have been 90, probably at latest 1992, 1993 when it was in syndication. So
the multi-head
it's not the
DVR.
4-head.
I was gonna say that they're around, but the thing is, people don't have them. This was a 1 or 2 head,
Yeah,
or a camcorder, like Germ was saying, like a handheld recorder. Like, it could record a high quality tape. It wasn't so great with the TV. It worked, but it wasn't fantabulous all the time.
yeah.
And the TV signal might not have been fantastic at the first either.
Yeah, and to be fair to the camcorder, it wasn't designed to record off a TV. You
We're
could
not saying
force
it was
it to do
aimed at
Yeah,
the TV. It was designed to do it, but that wasn't its forte. It was supposed to be used to record the cops beating up Rodney King, basically.
yeah, for the most part.
These things got to be about the size of a shoebox at the end there.
Yeah, because what you did, you basically hooked it up like you would a VCR, and it recorded it like that. But it was sort of a bootleg version.
Most times. If you
Yeah.
had a top of the line camcorder or a later one, probably worked great.
It was actually designed to the setup was actually set up to not record off of the TV, but to record
Watch back.
to watch as you're going, for like
Right.
watch back and to just record and have someone sitting off to the side see what the camera sees.
Right. Right. There was all sorts of weird like ways that we applied the video camera, because people just had no. By the time phones had cameras for 20 years, people had more or less video cameras.
Yeah. So I guess we're lucky just to get this version of it, because that's the only version I've seen of it. It hasn't been translated to DVD. It may be part of a compilation, but
This was pretty archival.
yeah.
This was cave paintings.
But Teague, what you got coming up later today?
Oh, geez. We have a great episode of Enterprise tonight called Regeneration, where I think we break all of the original continuity of Star Wars in a very desperate attempt to save Enterprise, and everything that everyone said to me about the show comes home to bite me in the ass and make me look dumb.
Sounds
It's
good.
really indefensible. Just catch me at 9:50 with you.
Yeah, I should be there tonight.
Awesome.
Gorilla, what you got coming up?
I might do an Asteroid Republic tonight. I'm not sure yet. Man, on Sunday, we'll have Terminator Genesis. Then we'll have Dark Fate. Then I got a special surprise for everybody after that. Then on Tuesday we'll have a cigar lounge. Thursday 4 more episodes of Night Court, and or Friday we'll be reviewing the episode of the quilting.
All right, sounds good. Hopefully that surprise does not involve a banana hammock this time.
Yeah, no.
By the
And
way, breaking news before we go. I'm looking at now WDW Pro saying that the Gina Carano thing, they think it's going to Supreme Court.
oh, that should be interesting.
How do they know this on Saturday? You tell me.
The Supreme Court just let out the case, so they're looking for their next case. Apparently we cannot deport the Venezuelans.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
As long as they keep on importing us Cubans.
Yeah. But we'll be back on Monday for Monday Monster Movie watch party. We'll be watching Godzilla Raids again. Then we'll be back next week with another great cartoon.
We'll make animation great again.
Have a good day, everybody.